Please check out our Liberty sponsor, ProPure USA water purification systems at ProPureUSA.com. Pro One water and fluoride filter elements feature the most advanced technology combining silver-impregnated, self-sterilizing white ceramic that cleans water and removes the latest form of fluoride sometimes found in public drinking water. That means amazingly clean water from a water purification system that is both economical, easy, and convenient to use. Click the link below and visit ProPure USA today at ProPureUSA.com.
The Deputy Director of the Defense Intelligence Agency said at a forum yesterday that al-Qaeda-affiliated groups are gaining strength in Syria. They've grown in size, capability, and effectiveness. Does that change your argument, which has been very fierce, for more U.S. help to these rebels, since, by the way, now the most effective rebels appear to be al-Qaeda?
In our first story today in geopolitics and world news, Syria's rebellion. Is it collapsing? According to Al Jazeera's inside look at Syria, the rebellion seems to be in a civil war of its own. The menagerie of rebel groups, some secular, most, however, according to the New York Times, fanatics, bent on forging an Islamic caliphate. The argument from the Free Syrian Army? We know they are extremists. That's exactly why we need the weapons.
To take up now with Luwai Muqdadi in Washington, D.C., whether he feels that we're at a turning point with the beheading of a Free Syrian Army commander in Syria recently, and whether he thinks we are looking now at an anti-al-Qaeda rebellion within a rebellion.
Yeah, actually we have been warned and mentioned many times 2 years ago that not supporting the Free Syrian Army with the weapons that it needs, and by the international community, that how much we need the proper weapon and organization, and to help us to get this Bashar al-Assad regime out of Syria and to build our democratic country, that it will make these groups on the ground, it make it more strong, and that's what happened actually. Now today they are stronger, they are more effective on the ground because they have their own money networks, their own sources for money, for weapons, and now they are, as you see last week, after they killed Kamal Hammami, the leader in the Supreme Military Council, they announced a war, an open war against us and against the civilian in Syria.
But that's just a war on the ground. Pulling the strings are global powers, including Russia, Iran, Europe, and the United States. Advocacy groups on both sides are using these foreign sponsorships to validate, often retroactively, their own casus belli.
Look, this brings us a little bit to Russia, but it's an unfair fight, Candy. It's an unfair fight.
Lots
we have
of
the Russians
fights sort of take place across the
nation. The Russians are all in. Hezbollah with 4,000 or 5,000 troops. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard. It is now erupting into a regional conflict.
There are those of us, me included, who said we are a year and a half too late. We've been pushing and trying to nudge the administration to make a decision earlier. What happened was, the longer it went, the more confusing the battlefield became. Again, I was arguing for something earlier to prevent what we now know is a rising al-Qaeda membership, some 6,000 in the country. You have Iran is using this as a proxy war now. That wasn't happening a year and a half ago because there was no action. That has Hezbollah actively engaging in combat operations, which we believe turned the tide for Assad.
Some American officials even argue intervention because it would destabilize Iraq if we failed to act.
If this war in Syria keeps going on and Assad's still in power a year from now, what effect would it have on Iraq?
It's already destabilizing Western Iraq.
From Israel's standpoint, one of the worst nightmares for them, short of an Iranian nuclear weapon, would be Hezbollah getting advanced weapons sold to Assad by Russia, and that likelihood would go up if he's still in power a year from now.
Yes.
On U.S. credibility with regard to Iraq, these public officials were conspicuously silent. Alas, humanitarian intervention hasn't swayed the skeptical, but this is the new talking point, although it's nothing, that is to say, nothing new, that Syria is and always has been the path to Persia. Capturing every quarter of the alternative media, watch AMTV News Monday through Friday. Got a tip or an interesting news clip? Shoot me an email at tophermorrison@amtvmedia.com. Follow me on Twitter at AMTVNews and like me on Facebook at The Real Topher Morrison. Find my source material and more videos like these at AMTV Media and greenwave.com. Both are part of the AMTV network. This is AMTV News, the voice of independence.